Hi Gemini, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your October 1st to the 15th, 2022 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration, and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Gemini, let's see the energy that we have to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. The wheel. That's very funny. Okay, so why I laugh at this is that there's tremendous change moving us forward. And we usually see this as such a positive thing. And yet right now we can feel like so much is changing, or the change is rather big, it's rather intense, or there's just a sense of unrest around us and a need for change. This could be a time where you cut your hair, or you decide to dye it a crazy color, or get new clothes, or do something that just makes you feel different. And it could be an external change like that. But there's just going to be a drive to want to change almost everything, like to feel a little bit confined, a little bit, like you're wanting to break out of some sort of restraints that are around you, perceived or real. So this is going to be a time where this change is coming into our lives, and we feel that it's coming into our lives, but we may want to take hold of the change and make it something more in our control. So again, changing our hair, or our clothes, or something like that. Or it's going to be something where we kind of let the change happen and we see where it takes us. We see what it becomes. So that's going to be something that's a little bit overwhelming for us, but also it's going to be very powerful. It's going to be very, it's going to be liberating. The way that it's moving us forward, what we see opening up the door, the way this change is coming into our lives, it is going to be liberating, but it does feel, it just feels uncomfortable right now. That's the best way to describe it. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. So crowned with the Six of Swords, that's carrying with it the message of change, right? Then we have the Magician, the Two of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. Okay, so this makes perfect sense. We're a bit too in our own head, and that's going to be one of the things that just happens to us, Gemini. We're ruled by Mercury. So just by that, we can be in too much in our own heads. We're coming out of a Mercury retrograde, right? It's ending on the 1st of October, which also means that the post-shadow period is starting. And this is going to be a time where we feel a little bit constrained. We can feel constrained by the Mercury retrograde, by the way that our thoughts have been a bit jumbled, or we found it hard to communicate, or the way I see Mercury retrogrades a lot of times are the fact that it makes us focus on things that haven't been running smoothly in our lives, that have been needing our attention, but we just haven't been able to give it to it. So excuse me. So this is going to be a time where we see ourselves really focusing on what needs to be focused focused on. And this leads us to the Six of Swords. We're crowned by the fact that change is coming forward, by thoughts and ideas they're leading us. And as an air sign energy, as a kind of younger air sign energy in the evolution of the zodiac, but also as somebody ruled by Mercury, change is a part of us. We see ourselves constantly changing, constantly growing, constantly becoming. It's like when you look at a child, you see their progression in years so much easier than you see a progression in an older person's years. So this is going to be a time for us where we're seeing ourselves move forward and we're seeing a change. I don't know why it's so visually oriented. I don't know if we're doing something more visual that is changing the scene, if we're going to be more involved in the arts or paintings or, some sort of drawings, and we're seeing our progression with that. But we're also seeing our progression with our own mind and ideas. It can be even that we're looking back at equations that we have done, or, theories that we have had, or, even research that we had been diving into. And we're realizing that no longer fits anymore. It's too basic. It's too mundane for the way that we're heading forward or for the place that we want to be. So ideas are getting bigger. Ideas are leading us in a way that can be a little bit emotional for us. We can feel that we might not be ready for this change, or we can feel anxious around this change, but it's also leading us to a door that just needed to be opened. It really needed to be open for us. It needed to say, and we needed to feel like, okay, I can walk forward in this. I can embrace what I need for myself. I can open up this door. We're having our magic called to us. And that's a really, really big thing. The fact that our spark, our individuality, the gift to why we're here on earth is coming forward during this time. That's something that rocks anybody's world. Now, whether we embrace our spark, we embrace our individuality, we embrace our beauty, or we don't, that's up to us. But there's a real sense here of, I can see it. I can see it more now than I have before. And some of us, we might even get annoyed. Like, why did I listen to that teacher back in, fourth grade? Or why didn't I follow this before? Or why did I choose this path, type of thing? Or, why was I with that person for so long and they stifled me? They said I couldn't do what it is that I really wanted to do. So there can be a little bit of frustration that comes up when we really start to see our spark shining forward, when we start to see ourselves going after what we want and what we desire and where we need to be for us. And it leads us then to this place as we're embracing our magic, as we're, not only seeing our wit, but we're seeing our way with words and our financial success, which I know some are going to be laughing and saying, what financial success? Look at the state of the world. Look at everything that's going on. But there's something here where if you start to really see your blessings, if you really start to see, your power, your purpose, what makes you stand apart, it's going to sow financial blessings, whether it be, mansion worthy or, sports car worthy. It doesn't have to be. It could be living a comfortable, quiet life. And that's a profound thing. We're also going to see our passions growing, what gets us excited, what moves us forward, what has us looking at things innovatively. And we're also going to start to see what we love, what our heart desires. We're paying much more attention to that now, and it means something. There are times in our lives where we can squelch that down, where the world takes over and everything becomes chaotic and we can barely look at what makes us happy. There's no time for that. There's time for that now. And we're really being called to it. Doors are starting to open with the Two of Wands. We're going to start to see that our world goes from being kind of small, kind of closed in, to expanding. Now, it can expand in a very big way. It can expand in a smaller way. But again, that's going to be individualized. Some of us want to jet set and travel and see everything. Others of us want to be able to, walk around our towns or, our cities and just be comfortable in our own little, havens. It depends on the individual. What we're going to see here is that the door is opening. What we're going to see here is that we want the door to open. We want the world to expand. We want to see new and different and powerful things. And it brings us to the Eight of Swords. We're going to get in our own head. And we have a tendency of doing this, Gemini. We have a tendency of overthinking, overanalyzing, talking ourselves out of blessings, talking ourselves out of things because we just don't think we're worthy of it. Or we're saying if it's not perfect, if it's not, museum worthy, or, research worthy, people studying us and praising us, then it's not worthy of being seen at all. We have to start at the beginning. And the beginning is mistakes. The beginning is falling down. It's like learning how to walk. You don't just all of a sudden walk perfectly. When you're a baby, you stumble, you crawl, you fall, you bounce around. You learn how to walk. Be kinder to yourself. You're learning a lot. You're taking a lot in. You're seeing yourself grow in very big ways during this time. And yet you're going to be expecting more and more and more. And so then you'll talk yourself out of it. You'll talk yourself out of the path you want to walk. You talk yourself out of, what needs to be done for your happiness, for your success, for your bounty, for feeding your own magic, your own spark. There's something to you, okay? There's a reason why people are going to come to you during this time. And there's also a reason why people come to you after this time. There's a spark to you. Let it shine. Stop doubting yourself. Stop overanalyzing yourself. Stop saying it has to be perfect or else it can't be. Let that go, Gemini. It's funny. We're seen as a little bit chaotic, a little bit flighty. People talk about Geminis as flighty and unreliable. We know when to leave. And sometimes we see when to leave way before people even see when to come. But what we're going to be seeing now is the magic that we've been picking up. The fact that we flitz, we go from idea to idea. Sometimes from, person to person or, job to job, before we settle on what's right for us, before we settle on where we need to be for us. This is a time where we start being proud of ourselves. Instead of saying, oh my gosh, it took me so long to find this, we say, my gosh, I found it. And people live their whole lives, never understanding their magic, their beauty, the reason why they're here, never connecting at all. Don't talk yourself out of your blessings, Gemini. It's going to be too easy to do so. It really is too easy to get in your own head. We're of thoughts, right? Gemini is represented by the swords in the minor arcana. Mercury retrogrades are intense for us. The mind rules us, thinking and questioning and diving and seeing and experiencing. That's all very important because we're categorizing and cataloging everything and saying this or that or this way or that way. Let the thoughts roll with you like the water that's guiding us, like our emotions. See what you've, learned, what you've picked up, what you've become. See where it takes you. You'll be surprised. You really will be surprised, Gemini. Your subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Hierophant. You want to be in an institution. You want to be set up just so. And that's not this time. This time is more freeform. This time is more creative. This time is more experimental. We have to be very mindful of saying, if it doesn't fit in this box, if it doesn't fit this way, then it doesn't matter at all. Because that's not true. Embrace your power. Embrace your practicality. If you have strong Taurus within your chart, or if you're born on the cusp with it, accept that part of your personality. But also realize that you're never really going to be able to fit into that box. And you have to let yourself fly free. That's just going to be your way. Yeah, it is. There also might be somebody who wants you to fit into that box, to fit just so. You're not going to want that. You're not going to want that at all. And then we have the Four of Cups. Yeah. Our subconscious tarot message for this whole entire time is the sense of, I've been looking in the wrong direction. I've been seeing the way that it is, instead of the magic of the gifts that are being handed to us by divinity, God, source, spirit, however you say it, see it, by this higher power of creativity and inspiration and insight and ideas. This is going to be a time where if we are brave enough, we come out of a rut, we come out of a way that we always thought it should be, and we start embracing the way that we need it to be, or the way that we need to be, just for us. There's a gift that's coming. And what's going to be interesting here, Gemini, is that it can feel like a bit of a burden. It can feel a bit overwhelming. But the gift comes in, and it changes your perception. It changes your ideas. It opens up the doors in ways that you hadn't expected. And that becomes thrilling. All right, Gemini. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Gemini, and may blessings and prosperity always be with you.